This is the mandate for Vega. Stay back, relax, and listen on. Instead of my career in professional wrestling, and remember to subscribe to Chop's videos on YouTube. Hit the bell notification so that you don't miss other interviews. Y guste o no te guste, esa es la que hay.
If you had to retire, like say in a couple months or down the road or something, who would you pick to have as your retirement match?
Wow, that's a hell of a question, man. I've never thought of it, bro. Wow.
All right, you don't got to answer if you don't know, if you never thought of it. Sometimes people know who that would be.
I'm just, that's a hell of a question because I've done a lot of podcasts and a lot of nobody that I've never thought of it, man. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know if I would have one, bro. Like I just, I think that, like I said before to you, I've been blessed with having, some opportunities and achieving some goals that you always dream that you're going to be a star and you're going to make it here and you're going to get the big contract and stuff like that. But reality, keeping shit real, to do some of the things that I've been able to do, to me, those were dreams, as a kid. And I'm happy with all those things. So if it came down to I have to retire next week and I don't get to have that final match, I think that I'd be content with what I've been able to do the last 25 years. It's been 25 years this past June for me. So, I think I'd be happy with what I've done in these last 25 years.
Hey, to be able to do it for 25 years and stay healthy and, do something you love and get your tryouts at the WWE and all that, that's accomplishment.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yep. Thank you.
How many people do that? Seriously, stop and think about it for a second. How many people go 25 years? It's something you loved and something you wanted to do it since you were a child, right? You've got to do that.
Yeah, man. And again, not putting it in those words. I think that I'll be pretty content if I just had to just leave it at that and walk away or just step aside and do something else. I think I'll be pretty content with leaving it as it is.
Okay, that's fine. My thought was more like, say, like you said, you want to work backstage. Say, all right, you guys signed a contract to start at the beginning of the month. So you knew the show at the end of the month was going to be your last match, and then you were going to go book somewhere or something. So
yeah,
you got to call in whoever you wanted for that match.
It'd be hard, man, because then I get the boys. Oh, what the fuck? I thought we were tight. You didn't call me.
I get it. I know what you're saying. Same thing with your favorite tag team partner. I get it.
Yeah.
It's just questions that came to me that I wanted to ask, because maybe somebody was just that tight that you had to say it.
That's a hell of a question, bro. That's like for example, Yankee Pro, Top Rope. In my last run there, I came back to do Johnny Angel's retirement match because he gave me a call randomly. He's like, "Pun, I'm done." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I'm done wrestling. You're my guy. You know what I mean? I want you to have my last match." And I was like, "Man, I'm there. You tell me I'm there." I've been out of Top Rope for probably like 6 years, 5-6 years. I ain't worked for those people, and I came back for Johnny, and then after that, I came back and I had a run as the interstate champion again, and did some good match, a good feud with Craig Costa. He's a good dude. I enjoyed working with Craig, and I enjoy him as a person too. He's a good dude. So I definitely had fun in that second run that I had then, getting to work with Craig.
Yeah, but see, sometimes some people just have somebody in mind. Like, that's when I'm done, that's who I want to wrestle. So I didn't know if you had somebody.
Yeah, man, I have to go to the drawing board now and get that square away. I know that, when I got the call from Joe Bruin that he was putting me in the New England Hall of Fame, I had to pick some people to induct me. And actually, one of my guys is Pretty Boy. It just never happened because of COVID. I don't know if it's gonna happen or if he's gonna bump it to a different class. But yeah, that was one of my guys, was gonna be Pretty Boy.
Last I talked to, he was trying to still do it like this year, and he's doing some of the ones from the one he canceled, I
From
believe.
the okay. So yeah. So if it happens, one of my guys is Pretty Boy, because obviously he's the guy that, like I said, brought me on that ride to Fall River for my first Yankee Pro Wrestling show. So we go way back. He's my brother, man, Pretty Boy. So he's definitely one of my guys. My other guy, Chris Blackhart, is going to be my other guy.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love it. Pretty Boy. I was finally talked to him and he loved it. He's like, I love talking wrestling, man. I love it. So I'm gonna do another one with him. I'm like, we'll get together some other time. We'll do it again. I was even thinking maybe doing some watch-alongs or something sometime, like sit down and watch a match and talk about match and do this as we watch.
That'd be great,
match.
man. I like watching. Yeah, we can watch some stuff, even if it's watching other people, whatever. I enjoy doing all that stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Like even put on one of your matches and you could tell me like what happened
break
going
it
into
down,
the match, during the match.
Yeah. It's fun watching, the not so good ones, because we're like, oh, yep, that was the shits there. What happened there? Those are the best ones to call.
I'm just trying to think of different shit to put up on the site. You know what I mean? Different content and get you guys involved and get you guys out there and promoted. You know what I mean? Even the guys out of it, like Pretty Boy, like he's like, I love being back involved. Like I thought people forgot me and people like remember who I am and stuff. I talked to Striker the other night and he's like, dude, it's good that people remember who I am. He was all like excited,
Yeah, that was one of my other guys from the freezer there, Striker. I remember him coming in to train with myself and Baker and a few other people. We used to train at the old freezer box there in Hathaway Road in New Bedford. So yeah, Striker's another one of those guys that always been cool with me.
So I've just got such good reception from guys, and they like doing it so much. I like doing it. I like just talking wrestling with you guys. So it's like, hey, we'll just think all these different things to do, and let's do it. Different people.
Put it out there, man. You got the footage, man. Why not? You got the footage to put out there. Why keep it locked away? Just put it out there.
Exactly, and do different fun things with it. And when I put it out, why just put it all out like the same way? Do different things with it. So mix and match it. Do different things.
I just caught up on watching your interview there with Joe. Good stuff so far. I enjoyed listening to some of the stories and relaying back to some of those stories. When he was working for Mike and all the different things. And even the story with his show, I had forgotten that we did that barbed wire bat thing and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, it brings back memories,
Yeah, them were pretty good. I still got like 2 more of them to do. There's still like 2 more.
Oh, okay, cool, man. Definitely, so far, I watched good stuff.
He was against at first me putting the clips in there, and I go, no, dude, I got to put the clips in. It'll like dress it up. It'll keep it.
I actually like that. Actually, yeah, that's what I enjoy. That you actually had clips of the thing. I saw a clip in there. I had freaking hair and shit. I'm like, oh, holy shit! I took a screenshot of that shit. I was like, that's the part I enjoy the most. The little clips, seeing the guys and stuff.
Yeah, it dresses up, makes it a lot more interesting, don't it? He's like saying stuff and I flash up. That takes a lot of time to get all them like 2-second clips and put them all in there and the lettering.
I know it, man. I know it, and we're doing it, trying to do it right now with the showcase stuff, doing more of our YouTube stuff. It's a pain in the ass. My nephew helps out with a lot of the production stuff, and it's like time consuming. It's like a job. You know what I mean? It takes all your time.
Oh yeah, I know. Actually, Chris Blackheart messaged me like a month or 2 ago, and he said that he's like, "Oh, I'm not doing that well. Like, I need some help with my school, and can you like film some stuff or do like an ad or a commercial for something and help promote it? And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I can. And I said, I don't know if I can make it down there and film. Can you like just film some stuff and send me some footage of you guys in the ring? And
Yeah, we could do some stuff. Yeah, man, definitely now because I didn't know he reached out, so now we could definitely do some stuff.
yeah, I don't know what he was saying. I answered him and he just never answered me back. I was like, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
help you out.
Chris is weird like that, man. He'll call somebody, and then when you call him back, he'll take like freaking 3 months to freaking answer his phone.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
I don't know.
just
Was he
that's
drinking and just messaged me and then forgot he messaged me or
nah.
something? I don't know.
That's just normal, Chris, man. He don't pick up his fucking phone.
Yeah, I was like, if you want me to help you, I'll help you. If you don't, I won't. But
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know if I can make it driving down there and do a day or two of filming all kinds of stuff. If you
yeah,
can get somebody to go
yeah,
around and just film, like take a day or two and just film a bunch of shit and send it to me, and then I'll do a
yeah,
bunch of editing, like the videos I do. I'll try to make you a
yeah.
nice little video, and then I'll share it and stuff. I don't mind doing that, you know.
All right. Yeah, yeah, definitely. We can help each other out, man. That works.
Yeah, like I told him, I said, yeah, I'm trying to help all you guys out. I don't mind doing that, and if I get some more footage for my page at the same time, you know.
Yeah, man. Yep. Keep everything, you keep everything migrating and it gets, more attention.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like I'm trying to do the same thing with bands. Like all the music I'm using is all
Hmm.
local bands, so I'm trying to like promote. And a lot of the bands are telling me they're getting a lot more hits on their pages because I'm promoting that stuff within the videos I'm making.
That works. It might go back and forth from each site.
And I'm showing that to some of them that don't even watch wrestling. They're like, dude, these videos are awesome. I don't even watch or like wrestling, but I'll watch these videos. These are cool as shit. You know, all the videos of people going
Yeah.
through stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely, it's the right time for that sort of stuff because it's like there's a space. There's a space right now for that. There's an emptiness for, that type of style again. And that's why GCW, they doing so good because obviously people like that shit. They like the freaking gory, bloody shit, so, and the major companies ain't doing it. So,
I think there's a style for both. I think if you come up with some really good wrestling again, it would take a little
mhm.
while to catch on, but I think you can bring it back. I think people are getting sick of the flippy stuff because everybody can do it now. It's not
Everybody
special
does it.
anymore.
Yes. Yep. Everybody goes out there. They have 20,000 suicide dives, 20 miss moonsaults. It's just crazy. It looks like I'm watching cheerleading sometimes, like all these flips and freaking turning. I'm like, what the fuck happened to wrestling? Like, it's a funny story that we always actually me and Chris Black always joke about this, and we say it to the kids because they don't know. Like we talked about, they don't know half these guys. Like, kid, what's your finish? And it's like, you know where I'm going with this, right? What's your finish, kid? Marley would be like, I'll move. I guess that's what he told Kurt Hennig when they were wrestling each other. So yeah, anyways, stuff like that, man, it just pops me from time to time when we could go back.
There's that one, and who was the other one? What's his name's brother? And he's like, drop kick. And he's like, drop kicks you finished? Yeah, I got a good drop kick.
Yes. Yeah. I've
Colonel
heard
Rob
that one
Parker's
too.
brother there, Ron,
Was it Ron Fuller?
Ron Fuller,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ron Fuller. Yep.
No, it wasn't Ron Fuller. It was the other one. It was Bunkhouse Buck before he was Bunkhouse
Yeah.
Buck. I think it was him.
Yes.
Jimmy Golden.
Uh,
I think it was Jimmy Golden
Jimmy
when he was
Golden.
real young. When he
Yes.
first come into a territory, they're like, "Kid, what's your finish?" And he's like, "I got a really good drop kick." He's like, "All right,
Drop
drop kick.
kick.
That's your
Yep.
finish."
It's funny, man, because half of these guys we've talked about, a lot of the guys, even the guys that are training now, I try to tell them, you know who this guy is. Watch this guy. Oh, who's that? I'm like, and you said you want to be a wrestler. Oh, I don't know who's that. I'm like, that's the problem. You should, if you want to do this shit and be good at it, you should know who that guy is.
Right. Go watch this guy. Go watch. Here's a list of guys to go watch. Come back in a
Yeah,
month, and then we'll talk.
yep. And we try to do that now with the guys, and sometimes they're some take more than others, but we're definitely trying to inflict the go find who were the guys before the guys now, because some of those guys don't even know, and it was a while back, and it wasn't that long ago that they actually had the people down at NXT go back and watch footage of the old guys, because a lot of these guys that were bringing in didn't know the history of the guys that were there before. And that was, I guess, their homework, and they had to fucking go out and do all the research and shit. Like, I remember the times that if you wanted to be a wrestler, it's because you watched this shit and you knew the stuff, not just I want to be a wrestler. I watched it one time on Monday night. I'm here. Teach
Yeah.
me.
Well, and even the ones that have the wrestling they watch isn't even really wrestling most of the time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're like, why do I got to wrestle? All I got to do is if I get an eyebrow and a good catchphrase, I don't need to learn to wrestle. I'll get some muscles and get a catchphrase or whatever,
Yeah. All I just do go through the motions of learning some moves, and I'm a wrestler. And then you couldn't be more fucking farther from the truth, because I could teach anybody how to do moves. It's where to put them, why and when is the key, and that's the difficult part. That's where they go. What do you mean? I'm like, now we're learning how to work, motherfucker. That's what I mean.
Yeah, the timing
It's
and
like,
why.
yes, the psychology behind why we're doing these things, and even the small things, like it's like I'm running class and I'm trying to teach guys how to different ways of selling, and how to be able to work from one spot, like cutting the ring in half, feeding and all these things, and they're like, oh, I wasn't even thinking of that. I'm like, I know you wasn't thinking of that, because you're worrying about the next move. You're thinking about going through the motions and not thinking logistics, that if I punch you in the face, you're gonna grab where it hurts. Somebody walks over and punch you in the face. Oh shit, that hurt. And you continue to touch that body part throughout the day. You bip your lip. You're doing this every fucking couple seconds. Oh shit, I fucked up my lip. It's just the small things that stand out, and those small things connect with the people, because the people don't know what a suplex feels, but I'm sure you had a busted lip. I'm sure you twisted your finger, or hit your head against the trunk of the car. Shit like that people can connect to is gonna take your game to a different level. And sometimes it's hard for guys to understand that shit.
Right. It's like how often do you see a 1 count nowadays?
Shit, man.
How often do you see somebody do a move and jump down for a pin? Like not pick them back up for
Bro.
another move, but go for a pin right away.
Yeah, no, that's a lost art, because guys are just picking you up to do their next shit. It's like, it's not a contest. I'm not trying to beat you. I ask guys all the time that this question. I'm like, so what is the purpose of a wrestling match? I always ask them this when they start doing all these spots, and I stop them in the middle of their shit. They're like, why you stop us? I'm like, what's the purpose of a wrestling match? You're a heel. The baby face is down. If that motherfucker is not getting up, why are you not pinning him? Because last time I know, if I'm beating the shit out of somebody and he's not getting up, I won. That's it. He's done. I'm not gonna pick him back up so he can beat my ass if anything happens. He's down, he's out. That's it. It's done. But
Should be
guys,
going for a pin every time he's down, like jumping on him. You
that,
watch old matches,
that,
they did that. Body slam, pin, kick, pin.
yeah, you're trying to win the match. The guy is that the purpose of a wrestling match is to get your opponent down so that you can pin him. Yeah.
Now they
Or
pick him up
submit
every
him or
time they
whatever.
throw him down.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And again, that's one of the things that I try to teach guys. If your baby face ain't selling to get up and he's not alive, the match is over. Doesn't mean that you need to stop the heat and do this 20,000 moves so that we can start the heat all over again every time you do that shit. It means that you gotta show signs of life, as a baby face. So the heel has to fucking beat on you some more. But if you're
Right. Like,
dead, pin me. It's over.
right. Especially if you're winning, like give them 80% of the match because it makes you look stronger by beating them. Because
Yes.
if you're beating them the whole match and then you beat them, you beat nobody. If you beat them and they're beating on you 80% of the match, you beat somebody because they look stronger. You beat somebody
Yeah, they
stronger.
look stronger, and you just fucking survived, and you fucking outsmarted that motherfucker, and you got the W. But try telling that to one of these young kids, they'll look at you like you're bro. Like, what do you mean? It's back and forth. I don't need to sell that.
50-50.
Yeah. I just got the shit kicked out of me for 5 minutes. I could pop up while the referee's counting two. I'm up before the heel.
No, you both come out looking stronger if he beats the shit out of you the whole match and then you like hit him at the end.
That's the crazy part, bro. But then again, guys, eventually, I look at it this way. Eventually, they will learn, or it's gonna be a rough patch for them. Or who knows? Maybe they get the big contract and get a job because that's how everybody. The shit that I see now on TV, bro. Some of the shit that I see now on TV is the way that I used to work fucking 15 years back when I didn't know shit about psychology. I just go out there and do every move that I knew, no sell the shit. And then the other guy will have his turn and do a whole bunch of fucking moves and no sell the shit. And then we'll go home. And that was something that I had to learn to get rid of because that wasn't it. And now I see it on TV and these motherfuckers are making money. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm about to go back when I was a freaking green mark and start working that way. I'll get fucking booked everywhere.
Yeah, they don't even belong on TV and they're like top guys that push them and people are saying they're like, goats and best and it's some of the best in the world.
Some of these fucking AEW matches I watch, not to shit on anybody, but I see a lot of guys that are not ready to be in any not even in job matches, bro. I see some of the women horrible, bro. Like, I just, their footwork's horrible, the lock, like the simple shit, horrible, bro. I'm like, how the fuck are these people getting booked? It's crazy, man.
Footwork and work punches. None of them can throw a work punch, and all of them, the footwork. Like very few have good footwork, and very few can throw a work punch.
Yeah, when they grab a hold of shits, like you could tell that there's no legit shit being done. It's like you don't have anything there. We work joints, motherfucker. Lock that joint in.
And almost all of them you can see feed. You see them feed to their arm, feed their head, like for every move. So you can tell.
I hate the fucking arm drags, especially when they're doing this. And there's no this. Like you're supposed to be going at the motherfucker and he happens to grab you and counter with the arm drag. Not this. Not let me hook my arm so that you can toss.
You know what's even worse?
Drives me nuts.
The calling you in. Every time somebody does this, people run in and they don't even put a hand. Like they used to at least do the axe. They don't even do it. They just run in with their hands down into a move every time. Like how many times are you going to do that before you don't run at them?
I just seen that in a match. I think it was AEW Dark this past week. And it was actually one of the girls from Puerto Rico was wrestling this other girl from Chicago, the small one there. I forgot her name. But they did a spot in the corner, and the baby face, the smaller girl, is waiting in the middle of the ring doing this. Like, come out and take my move because you forgot to come out.
And she runs right at her into a move.
Yes.
They do it all the time.
If somebody's waiting there and I'm in a fight and you're doing this, I'm coming out of there and I'm knocking the shit out of you. Like, I'm not going to walk into a freaking move. It's just nuts, bro. It drives me nuts.
All the time I see them do that. Every time somebody calls them at, they run into their move. Every time.
They always do it, man. I've seen it time and time again. Like I said, I watched The Dark and all these other shows they have with all the indie guys they bring in. And some of them, they still green as fuck. They need to be at training, not at television.
If I was running a show and I seen somebody do that, I would pull them aside and go, never do that again. If I ever do that again, I'm not booking you in a match. I
I wonder the same thing, bro. Like I mean, you got Arn Anderson back there. You have freaking who's back there? Dean
Tully
Malenko's back
Blanchard,
there.
Dean Malenko, Jake
Yeah, like I'm
Roberts.
like, are these guys not giving a fuck anymore? Maybe they don't give a fuck. Maybe they're just there to collect the paycheck. You know, fuck these guys. Pay me. That's it.
I think nobody listens, like you said. And what are they gonna do if nobody listens? Like you try to say, and they're like, they probably just
Yeah,
like, all
so they're
right,
like,
fuck
fuck
you
them.
then.
Yeah, I collect my paycheck. Fuck it. That's what I think is going on. Because there's no way that with Tully, Arn, and Dean back there, you're not gonna learn how to do the simple shit in wrestling well. There's just no way. And even Dustin's back there. You know,
Dustin's
and some of
training at the school.
and some of these fucking people are like, "Oh, that was great." I'm like, "What the? Am I retarded? Like, am I seeing the same thing? I mean, that wasn't great, bro. Like, who are we lying to here? Like,
I
if
agree
it,
with you, bro. You see it online every day. They're
maybe,
like, that's the greatest match ever. It's like,
maybe,
really?
maybe that's what I'm missing, bro. Maybe that's why I never got that big seal in the liver. You know, because I'm blunt, bro. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat shit. If it was the shits, I'm gonna tell you it was the shit. If my match was the shit, tell me that shit sucked, Vega. You know, that shit was the shit. I'm gonna go back and fix it. Because now you were blunt. You told me shit sucked. Let me go back and fix it.
Well, well, look at Meltzer's ratings. His star ratings are like everything he rates is higher than like anything that Race has ever done. Anything that like Flair and
Oh,
Steamboat, you know.
if it's a young Bucks, forget it. They're 10 stars. They
Yeah,
will
but with
add
something like
stars.
last week, like Cody Rhodes match with the Flaming Table was like higher than Steamboat and Savage. It was ranked the same amount of stars that he gave Steamboat and Savage. The table botch with the Flaming Table and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Let those guys play that shit 10 years from now and see if they're gonna be still talking about that shit like Savage and Steamboat still. You know how long has that been now? And we still talk about that shit. So, you know,
Oh, you
it's
know how many people
longevity,
learned
man.
that match move for move, had to move it. Balls Mahoney, I don't know, you ever hear that story? Him and Candido had to become wrestlers, had to learn that match forward and backwards. And then they had to switch roles, and he had to be Steamboat and he had to be Flair.
And he
And
had
they
to
had to
be
do that
steam.
over and
Yeah,
over in their training.
yeah. Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore because half of these guys they don't know who those guys are to begin with. So you know, unless it's like Orange Cassidy against uh in an invisible grenade match, yeah, they're not gonna want to learn none of that shit.
Yeah, with their
That
thumbs
shit,
up their butts in the train. Did you see that
uh,
clip?
nah, man, I haven't seen none of that shit, but that shit drives me nuts.
Did you see the thing I posted the other day where he kicked Daisy Hayes right in the face when he was fire ant and didn't even like go over to check on her or anything?
He knocked the fuck out with a kick.
Pretty much, he busted her nose open. He jumped off the top rope and kicked her like right in the face, and then like didn't even like check on her or anything.
What the fuck? I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I
I
just
didn't
posted
see
it like
that.
yesterday. It's just I posted the whole match, but I also posted the clip. It's only like a minute long clip. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
green. He's still when he was fire ant before he was on
Yeah,
Orange Cassidy. Jumps off the rope
yeah,
and just
yeah.
like kicks her in the face, like botches, and she's like, "What the fuck?" I don't know if you ever watched Daisy Hayes. She's a little like 90-pound girl, but
Yeah,
she's
I
tough as
seen.
shit.
Yeah, I seen her. Yep. Wow,
I've
man,
seen her take
that's
some
fuck.
beatings. She don't look like she could
That,
take it, but she can.
yeah, there's some people like that, man. That you just look at them and be like, that's not much, and then they're tough as shit. You know, that's like Spike. You know, Spike. You look at Spike. Oh, look at this fucking guy. Spike could get beat up by a fucking Big Show, and get tossed around and shit. You
Yeah,
know.
it's like her and Sarah Del Rey against Fire Ant and Soldier Ant or something. The Colony.
I'm surprised freaking Sarah Del Rey didn't beat the shit out of him.
Right, she probably could. She could have. She's like twice his
Oh yeah,
size.
of course.
Because he was even smaller then. He was way smaller then. And then there's another video I posted with him all drunk out in the street holding a big fish, like when he was younger. He's like an idiot, that Orange Cassidy.
I'm like, what the fuck, man? And a lot of these guys, man, they bless. And they just say good for them, you know. They bless with the shit that they're doing. You
What, they're
know, I
funny?
guess.
I'm like, okay, they're funny. Go be a comedian then. What's that have to do with wrestling? You know, you don't be a wrestler
Yeah,
then.
man. And that's a lost cause. If you get into it with these freaking know-it-alls on the internet, forget it. They're like ants. They'll attack you. They're all fucking, you don't know shit about wrestling, blah, 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 this and that. I'm like, you're the one that's watching comedy wrestling, not fucking pro wrestling, motherfucker. You
Oh
know?
yeah, I laugh at them. I think they're funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, like the hokey stuff to the extent that it's just not believable at all. Not a fan, bro. Not a fucking fan of that style. Like I said, I'm a fan of the hard hitting style. That's why I like watching the Masao matches, like the old school Japanese shit. Because those motherfuckers were going at it. You know,
Oh yeah. Yeah, the
Kawachi, all
early to
those
mid
guys.
'90s, Kabachi and Masawa, they
Yes,
killed each other. Damn.
they were beating the fuck out of each other, man.
Even the All Japan women around that time. Did you watch any of the All Japan women around that time?
Not as much, but yeah, no, not really. They were also doing it like that.
Suzuki and all them. Yeah, look up some of that stuff like 92, 93, 94, All
I
Japan
gotta go back.
women.
I gotta go back and watch some of that then.
They were fighting just like the men, like dropping each other on each other's heads, like elbowing each other in the face. Oh, it's brutal.
Shit, man. Yeah, I like going back and watching that stuff. Even the newer stuff with like when Yuji Nagata and Masato Tanaka and all those guys. That's the type of stuff that I like watching.
Oh yeah, yeah. That like before, you can't even say strong style anymore, but the original strong style, like how it started before it
Yeah,
evolved into what they call strong style now.
yeah.
All right, I think we could pretty much wrap this up unless there's some stuff you want to cover that we missed.
Yeah, we can wrap it up, man. If we think of anything, I think of anything, we can always come back and touch up on some stuff.
Yeah, we can definitely do stuff in the future. Like I said, we could probably do some watch alongs or whatever like that if you
Yeah,
still
man.
want to do some more stuff.
Yeah, definitely, man.
This is Kick-Ass Kyle Storm, New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer. You like independent wrestling? You like women's wrestling? Hardcore? Shoot interviews? Check out Chop's videos. You'll love what you see.
What's up, guys? Teddy Goods here, and for all of you who are junkies of early 90s independent wrestling, especially from the New England area, I need to let you guys know about Chop's videos on YouTube. I am a subscriber, and I watch his videos frequently. Tons of NEWA stuff, Tony Rumble stuff, CWA, Primal Conflict, just all kinds of hidden gems. A few matches of myself early in my career, so check it out. Chop's videos on YouTube. Have a good one, guys.
This is the Hardcore Nightmare, the original Beast of New England. I'm here to tell you, follow my boy on Chop Videos. Hit the like button. You can find me on @BullDread on Instagram or Michelangelo Kalo, aka the original Beast of New England, on Facebook or @BullDread on Twitter. Woo!
Gorgeous, and I am a Primal Conflict Wrestling super fan.
I mean, how could you not want to see Jamie Payne and Nemesis? Oh my God.
Have you ever taken a chair shot before? Now, I had never taken a chair shot before, but I'm not going to say that I never took a chair shot before.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Primal Conflict Television. My name is Studley Steve Stein.
I don't think there has been an indie promotion since then that had that loyal fan base that Primal had.
Following conflict.
You don't wanna be down like I need you around. You sticking me up and I don't wanna be stuck without a moment to spare. It's like I'm already there when you need me. You're right here, I'm ready to go. Kinda like a rematch, you think it might be the passion. Got me ready to fight, I got it right on my gut. Just another distraction, try to make a reaction. Got me down on my sight, and so I'm kicking them shut. You be all on my way when I got something to say. And you ain't got the same knock marks in your veins. And I will do it again, but I won't go it alone. Cause it be living like a hurricane, you leaving your home. I be giving it up and I ain't making the time. When you be having these delusions in your mind. And we be cutting you off, but you ain't helping yourself. And I'm just thinking about the people you got living in hell. It's the same damn color I bleed. They nothing more to you than the rest to me. It's the same damn color I bleed. They nothing more to you than the rest of me.
You're gonna get it, but I won't let it be. A faded memory, Jack Dawn's the enemy. A roll call, ready for the remedy. A burst of energy, secretly sending me on an excursion. My vision blurs when I'm double-fisted, twisted, demented. Jammed them off some skunk, scented, invented a new type of pattern. Then I add in a dose. I keep my eyes open like ghosts for most. It's an alternative escape. No strings attached, avoid the red tape and the blue lights. I'm up with the kites coming down. The sound of a lighter strikes, I see it glowing. In my direction, pause for the cause like now. Resurrection took place, and I fell with my people like a living in hell.
It's the same damn color I bleed. Ain't nothing more to you than the rest of me. It's the same damn color I bleed. Ain't nothing more to you than the rest of me.
I hit something else.
It's the same damn color I bleed. Ain't nothing more to you than the rest of me.
You know, on the one hand, they were so cool to a fan that, you know, they didn't have to be, and they were. But at the same time, it was just that, you know, we don't give a shit attitude. We just don't, you know, we do what we want when we want. And that, you know, to me, that was just the coolest thing